Greetings one and all, this is Lloyd Brown and welcome social media family to my vlog. So you want to be a music producer? I'm giving you the facts, da 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 da. So you want to be a music producer? Just like that, da 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 da. What kind of funky remix is that? Just giving you a little Bugsy Malone throwback there for you. That song was sung by Scott Baio, who played Chachi in Happy Days, alongside Henry Winkler, who played Arthur Fonzarelli, affectionately known as the Fonz. Hey, sit on it. And I'm sure they made a spin-off series called Joni Loves Chachi, and Joni was played by the late Erin Moran. She passed away last year. But anyway, I digress. Greetings one and all, welcome to my vlog, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, brothers and sisters. And the reason why I gave an inkling, as it were, to my outburst for producers is that 2018 is, for me, the year of the producer. And what I want to do, I want to big up all the producers, the established producers, the up and running producers, the up and coming producers, and the producers, the budding producers who actually want to start the field and a career in music production. And it's those people that I really want to cater in this video. So this video might not basically help the established producers because I'm already saying what they already know and they've already passed that phase anyway. So this video might not be for you, but this video I hope will be of some inspiration to the budding music producer in you. So I'm going to give you a list of the basics that you are going to need in relation to music production. I'm going to kind of swing through it as fast as I can. But one thing I'm not going to do, I'm not going to give you a detailed list as to what brand you're going to get, what price range you need to basically spend. I'm going to do that in another video as to my recommendations. But before I go any further with that, I want to debunk one myth with two quotes. And the quotes are like this. The first quote is given by a fellow YouTuber, and he basically states that creativity trumps budget. Think about that for a second. And the second quote I want to give you is from a gentleman called Hans Zimmer. If you don't know who Hans Zimmer is, Hans Zimmer, I guarantee that any one of you watching this video has watched a movie that has been composed by this brother. Hans Zimmer is a multi-Oscar, Grammy winning composer. Top of the top, top of the 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 top composers on the planet. And he gave a quote the other day, basically stated that a good idea is never limited to budget. A good idea is not limited to budget. Think about that just for a couple of seconds. Now, I'm going to translate that by basically saying what I've always said along. Your work is not determined by the cost of your equipment. To some degree, yes, the quality of your equipment, but by no means the cost of your equipment. Because I can have a 3,000-pound microphone in my left hand, right? And a 20-pound mic in my right. But if you are an off-key singer, you're going to sound off-key on both microphones. You get what I'm saying? But if you're creative enough to put the melodies of your vocals together and to key them in right, then that's your creativity kicking in. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what those two gentlemen means. And if you enter into this by thinking, well, right, I'm just going to get the basics and learn from the basics, because that's how everybody starts in music production. They work with the basics. They didn't have, like, you know, a 300-pound pack of Pro Tools to begin with. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, it just didn't work out like that at the beginning. People basically build. You know, music production is a process where you build. You know, being a singer who turns into a music producer is a natural progression. There are DJs that are doing it now, you know, and it's a progression. And that in turn kind of feeds the fraternity that we're in. But anyway, I digress. What I want to do, I want to give you a list of things that you are going to need without a shadow of a doubt. First thing you're going to need a computer. You're going to need a computer of some kind, either a laptop, a tower, or a tablet. Technological advancements has been made in leaps and bounds in relation to music production technology. It's not all about having the big things inside your yard. You know what I mean? You know, because you can make really, really good music by having small pieces of equipment like your laptop. You know, it's you know, I've seen people that's downsized from the desk to the laptop now. So when people do that, people don't notice that when they hear the music. You know what I'm saying? Because good music is good music. So having a laptop to start with, having a computer to start with is number one. Number two, you're going to need a DAW. Not the door you open and close, the DAW, which is DAW, which stands for Digital Audio Workstation, which is basically the host that takes all the information that you're going to record into the computer. Now you might hear people mentioning Pro Tools and Cubase and all those kind of programs that people basically use in terms of recording. That is what DAW is. That's what a digital audio workstation is. Now there are some that are expensive to buy, there are some that are moderately priced, and there are some that is absolutely free. So, you know, so depending on your budget, you know, you can basically, you know, buy a decent one for like £50, or if you're really strapped for cash, you can download some of the ones that are for free. But it's all with a view to building. So you're going to need one of those. And I will explain in depth what digital audio workstations are and what they do in another video. But I'm just basically stating that that's what you're going to need. Next thing you're going to need an audio interface. Now, they look like this. And I know for some people that might look a bit daunting. There's the back there. But this basically is the box that is the bridge between the talent, the vocalist, the musician, and the computer and the DAW that you're recording in. And there's many different inputs here, which basically caters for vocal microphones, instrument leads, MIDI leads, but these are the old school ones now. You can get MIDI controllers that basically plug into the USB of your laptop or your tower. So they're making it a little bit more, purpose built and convenient for you to work with. Next thing you're going to need a MIDI controller. Wow, I'm getting a lot of messages today. You're going to need a MIDI controller, which comes in the form of a keyboard. Now, MIDI basically is a series of notes, data that you record into the DAW that basically stores that information, and you can use different things that they call plugins, which are basically extensions of the DAW, which serves as effects that you can plug into the DAW, and you can assign the instruments to the MIDI information that you basically play. Because there are two types of information that you're going to feed into your DAW, your workstation. One is audio, one is MIDI. When you use audio, that's basically a live analog sound you're going to basically put through digitally into your DAW and in turn into your computer. MIDI is basically the digital information that you're going to play and will be stored. But I'll go into that in another video. Okay, next thing you're going to need, you're going to need a microphone. Okay, now this microphone I've had for how many years now? 12 years. And this microphone was recommended to me by none other than Bitty McLean. Let me tell you, he had one of these when I recorded the Against the Grain album. You know how much people singing at this microphone in my yard? endless. So you're gonna need one of those. Oh, it's a condenser microphone, which is basically a more heavy duty microphone that takes, you know, that takes the workload of your vocals or any live instruments that's gonna basically play into it. You're not. This is a microphone that is specifically built for studio purposes. You're not going to get the same effect with a box standard microphone because the power that you're going to basically feed into it, it just won't capture the quality and the nuances in your vocals and your musicality. So you're going to need one of those, right? Which one of those, like I said, I will go into in another video. Next thing, you're going to need leads. And this lead is called an XLR lead, which basically has the 3 prongs, which connects to your condenser mic. So basically you plug it in here. So whatever you sing goes through here, comes out of there into your computer and records your audio, okay? Right? Your MIDI controller in old money has the old MIDI socket there that connects from there into here. But like I said, they've made them now where you can actually connect these directly into the USB port into your computer. So it does away with all of that. Okay. So in terms of lead, you're going to need an XLR lead for your microphone. You're going to need another lead, which is basically the 1/4" headphone jack. 1/4" right there. And this is basically used to connect your instruments, your bass guitar, your lead guitar in here. So the sockets are dual purpose. Not only can they take the XLR plugs, but they can take the headphone plugs here, the 1/4" leads here as well. So they're multi-purpose sockets, okay? Right. And also you're going to need monitors. You're going to need monitors. I can't even, right. I don't know if you can see just there. That's what I'm talking about. These monitors right here. Those basically are reference speakers so that you can hear what you're mixing down. But you don't have to go all out and get these bad boys. You can basically get a nice affordable pair of reference monitors just so that you can hear what you're doing, because the process of music production is growing, expanding and progressing. Because when you start out, you're not going to have the same equipment in 2-3 years time. I mean, I say that, but I've had the same equipment for 11 years. But what I'm saying is that, you know, if you want to basically, you know, improve as a music producer, the technology that's out there right now is just there for you to basically just grab with both hands, as it were. So I left it a bit late, but at the same time I'm upgrading my studio right now. So with these monitors that you need to get, I think that is basically it. Those are the basics. Oh no, hold on. Left one more thing. You're gonna need a Popperstopper and a mic stand. Now the Popperstopper, you might have, you know, you've seen these, and what these basically does is they diffuse the pletives. Now the pletives are the puffs of air that the condenser mic is going to basically take if you don't have one of these between your mouth and the microphone. If you just put your hand over your mouth and say pop 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 pop, you can feel the puffs of air going onto your hand. Now imagine what that sounds like in a quality microphone, in a condenser microphone. You're just gonna hear, and you don't want that in your recording. So what this does, this basically diffuses all of that, so that it basically creates a barrier so that your word is not obliterated by the puff of air that basically goes into that Just imagine you having a phone call with somebody and it's a hurricane outside. That's what your mic is going to basically pick up, you know, in certain intervals when you mention the p and the b, b, b. You don't want that. So you're going to have to get one of these. Okay? Pretty cheap to buy. So that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, brothers and sisters, I think it is it. I think those are the basics you're going to need. And like I said, in another video, I'm going to go in depth as to what I personally recommend within the budget. And I'm going to go for entry level. I'm not going for mid-level. I'm going for entry level stuff. So you can basically make a start doing what you can do. Because there's some stuff you can get for free. Some stuff you can basically pay a little bit for. It's all down to your budget at the end of the day. But those are the things you're going to need. But anyway, is with that, I'm going to bid you guys adieu for now. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for stopping by. And as always, you done know the coup. Please, people, abstain from foolishness wherever possible. I hope I've inspired some of you up and coming music producers into going full pelt into your chosen profession, your chosen dream, your chosen vocation, as it were. So with that, I'm going to bid you guys adieu. And with that, you don't know the coup. Abstain from foolishness. And until we link next time, people, stay blessed. My God.